James, FP1, Lando Norris first, you second. It must be a stop the count moment. Is this you and McLaren competing for the title this year? Or?
Short answer, no. A disrupted session with 2 red flags, and it's an FP1 in the first race of the season. I think what we're demonstrating to the world is that we're probably a little bit lighter on fuel. We have different programs. You have to remember that we have a risk probably in Q2 getting to Q3. They have less of it. So teams run different programs as a result of that. But I think what you're seeing is the field is compressing, which I think is something I was outwardly expressing last year, and I'll say the same again now. I think this will be the closest grid we have ever had in Formula One, full stop. That's a message. That's a great message, because you've got 10 teams out there now investing and fighting tooth and nail for similar numbers of tenths. And as a result of that, if we get things just a little bit right, you can annoy some of the top 4 giants. And if we don't, you fall back into the realms of being out in Q1. And I think we've done a brilliant job over the winter, I really do. And I think we are blessed with 2 World Championship star drivers. And what you're seeing is the output of that.
Congratulations on that. Put us in the camp at Williams. Carlos Sainz has had 2 months there. What's he been like? You know, he's known for working teams hard when he's in there. What's the mood in the camp like?
So, genuine story, he came to me and said, I normally work the teams hard, but can you ask the team to stop working me as hard? Because it's the other way around. Williams has many faults. I've spoken fairly openly about some of them. But one thing it doesn't have as a fault is a tremendous amount of passion in the people. There are people in this industry, in my company, that I am so fortunate to have, that with all their heart, they want this team to be successful again. And it means they'll work every hour. I have to send them home, not the other way around. And the result of that is that Carlos's work ethic actually fits hand in hand with what we have. It really is a perfect match made in heaven. What we're missing is a few things. One, there is still some infrastructure. We've absolutely got to get up to the right level. 2, there's also a little bit of a lack of knowledge what current absolute benchmark in Formula One excellence looks like, and we have to educate ourselves in that regard. But I think what you're seeing in the result of things is a team that wants to change. It wants to adapt. It wants to go back to winning, and it will work hard towards getting there.
Now, F1 fans will have seen you in Drive to Survive. The team's story of signing Carlos last year plays a big role in the new series. Are you happy with how that all was portrayed and played out? Because they certainly made it seem like Carlos was set to sign for you, and then nearly signed for Alpine, and then signed for you.
I think Netflix did a really good job. It was even more twists and turns than you saw there. They captured a little bit of it because we let them into our life. A big risk on our behalf, because at certain points we could have looked like fools. But actually capturing the emotion you go through when you're going in this roller coaster, I think is a good thing for the sport to understand what really happens underneath. But there were more twists and turns than that. What I'm pleased about is that all the way through, unlike what's been portrayed, actually, Carlos and I were speaking daily or certainly every few days. There was never a break in communication, and he was honest and transparent, as I was, all the way through on what his feelings and thoughts were. And that's what made it effectively, I think, a strong relationship, because that transparency for me showed him, here's our weakness, here's our strengths, here's what's happening. And when you do that across 3 weeks, 4 weeks, you can hide certain things. You do that across 6 months, which is what we were talking for, you can't hide anything. The same from him. I saw the real Carlos underneath all of it, and that was important to me. And I can see what his weaknesses and his strengths were, and it's why I could determine it really would work for all parties.
Great. Thank you very much, James. Good luck this week.
Thank you.
Thank you.